Shalom, shalom, everybody. It's your brew, Ban Shemayim, here with another one. And today's video, we're going to go into our homeboy Moxie approved, always dropping that fire for us. It says, were the Hebrews in America before Columbus? So let's get into it.
To Moxie approved. Christopher Columbus. I'm going to say that was the first historical figure that once we found out that was a lie, I was taught about Christopher Columbus in grade school. And once we all discovered that that was a lie, I'm going to say that was the moment that it hit me that, man, this country is willing to teach you and feed you lies, even from a child on up. They're willing to feed you lies. I say that to say that not only was Christopher Columbus, of course, he didn't discover America, but once you do a lot of research on this place, I believe white people were the last ones to make it to this land we call the Americas. I'm about to play this video for you right now that pretty much shows that there was a group of people here that was building irrigation systems that pretty much portrayed the Hebrew heritage. Now, before we get to this video, please do me a small favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, apply pressure to that subscribe button. Apply pressure to that subscribe button. Check this out.
In 1823, Major Isaac Roberdeau of the United States Army Corps of Engineers created this survey drawing of a massive earth structure just southwest of present-day Fayetteville, Ohio. Notice the Hebrew oil lamp. Notice the 9-candle menorah. And notice other ancient and sacred symbols such as the compass and the square. Another drawing of this structure is included in one of the Smithsonian books I mentioned earlier, Ancient Monuments of the Mississippi Valley. And still, there are some who insist that this survey drawing was fake and that the structure never even existed. Unfortunately, the United States Army Corps of Engineers completely destroyed this structure in the early 1900s and leveled it into flat ground. But why? Was it an intentional attempt to erase this odd
I'm going to tell you why. I think it was an intentional attempt to erase history. I think not only did they try to cover up that the Negroes or the Judean people are the Negroes were the Judean people, or were the southern tribe of Judea or of Israel. I think they tried to cover up that the 10 tribes were over here in Americas before. Or, you know, that the 10 tribes, not before, but that they still are, but that I think they've been trying to cover that up too. Not just talking about the plant life and the symbols and things like that were created, but also the fact that they found written Hebrew. We went over on my video that I dropped on Monday that people a guy even talked to the natives, and the natives said the credo, the Shema Yesharala Shema Yesharala Haya Alahaya. No, I messed it up. Shema Yesharala Haya Alahaya Noah Haya Kad. Right? They said the Hebrew credo. We are Israel, and the Lord our God is one. Right? They said that Hebrew credo to the man in the book Ronald Sanders, The Lost Tribes in the Promised Land, page 367, I believe it was where it was at when they found the man who said that he was what did they say it was? I think he said he was Reuben, and his brother Joseph was around the corner. He knew where his brother was or something like that. But anyway, so I think that it's been a conspired effort to hide God's people. I think that's why a lot of us think that slavery started in the 1600s. Not a lot of the brews, but a lot of the so-called blacks, right, believe slavery started in the 1600s with the Americas, when slavery really started in the 1400s. And you know what else started in the 1400s? coming over here to this side of America. So slavery, what happened to the natives, our brothers over here, and what happened during slavery literally started around the same time. You have two groups of people, multiple different groups of people who could have been the 12 tribes who were all forced to learn a different language. Dominicans and I had one guy say, "No, we speak French." Like, bruh, you not comprehending what I was saying because I said most of us people only speaks English, but he wasn't getting it. We're in America or from America. If your parents are from another part of the Americas, then they probably speak another language. The fact remains that all of those languages are languages your ancestors wouldn't have spoke, languages that were forced upon your people. Rather, it's Spanish. That's the language of the Spaniards. So, or Portuguese. Like all of these languages are not your language. See, people have pride in feeling like, oh well, I don't speak English, like as if that makes you better. You speak two captives languages. You speak the English captives who captured us and controlled us, and then you also speak Portuguese or Spanish, another captor who came over here to capture y'all and to wipe away y'all history. So I think this is consistent with them coming and trying to wipe away history. This is a constant theme of what happened in the 1400s. Once there was in my opinion, a concentrated effort, like the Bible says, they would be united against us. Matter of fact, we gonna finish this. I just want to hit that up. Dang, sorry about this, y'all. This was in the middle of the lesson plan. Alright, KJV with Strong's. And matter of fact, I think I wanted to go. They are a confederate against thee. Psalms 84. All right. It says, they have said, come. Let's read the 4th chapter. It says, keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, right? And they that hate thee have lifted up thy head, and have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. So let's stop them from being a people. That the name Israel, remember, Israel is not just symbolizing Judah, it's symbolizing all of the 12 tribes. That the name Israel may be no more in remembrance, so that we would forget our heritage, as it says in another scripture in the Bible. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. See, they're all together against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, the Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also have joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Right? So I wanted to go into that just to show that I think it was a concentrated effort against our people. And that's why they destroyed that, which would have proved, this would have been more evidence, because there's a lot of evidence that Hebrew was here, and things from the Israelites or the God's people was here in America. But I think that they destroyed a lot of the overwhelming evidence because they was trying to destroy the link. Like it says, take the name of Israel to be out of remembrance. They didn't want people to know who they were, so they couldn't come back to God. Let's keep going.
Hebrew structure from American history, or was it simply out of carelessness and lack of respect for ancient American antiquities? I don't know. But here's the good news. They missed a spot. And you can see it right on Google Earth. Here's a satellite image of the area where the structure was said to have been located. It's just southwest of Fayetteville, Ohio, where the 131 and the 50 intersect, and it's all just farmlands and trees. Do you see the spot they missed? There it is, right there. The Hebrew letter Shin, or Sin. In 1823, that whole area was probably covered with thick forest, and who knows for how long after that. Perhaps still in the early 1900s when they leveled it down. So what we're looking at here are massive ditches that include the Hebrew letter Shin, or Sin. I'll leave it to you to research the significance of this letter, but it's a very sacred letter in the Hebrew alphabet. I snapped this screenshot on Google Earth in the fall of 2015, and yes, I didn't even notice the letter in over the year's time that I had it. But as you can see, the letter shows up very nicely because the crop fields surrounding it have been harvested. The reason why the letter and the other lines are still green is because of the plant growth down in the massive ditches. But even if you look at it on Google Earth at a time when the fields are green with crops, you can still see the letter. So go check it out. And if you're ever out that way, hey, maybe the landowner will even let you walk around it. It's worth a try, right? Anyway, so there you have it. 5 ancient sacred Hebrew symbols right there at a Hopewell Mound Builder site in Ohio, with one of the symbols still there, carved into the landscape, staring us all in the face and telling us, yes, Hebrew people were here in ancient North America.
Now, it was some interesting things in that clip. But you know, over here at Moxie Approved, we question everything and we don't settle for nothing. So, it's a few questions I have. Let me know in the comments section your answers. Do you think that this is a reach? That this is just some landscaping that happens to be in that shape and happens to portray that shape? Or do you think that the Native Americans built this and their heritage is similar to that of the Hebrews? Or
I'm gonna answer it right there. I think the Native Americans built it, and I think that they are part of Israel. So of course our customs will be very similar. And that's gonna be it, because I have another video to make after this. Not for today, but it's gonna come on Thursday. But I'm gonna try to wrap this one up with that right there. I believe it's the natives. I believe the natives. I believe there's plenty history from multiple empires. Whether you want to talk about the natives of America, what we would call America, the United States of America, or you want to talk about the natives of Mexico or Central America or South America. I think there's plenty things that show, rather it be Hebrew letters found to the pyramids and different things that they built sharing the same math as the pyramids built in Egypt. To the story in the book with Ronald Sanders, the 10 tribes, in the Promised Land, right? Where he even met the native, right? And even like it talks about Christopher Columbus, because it's weird. It is, this color thing is went crazy because it was a lot about color. It talked about how he stopped in New Guinea, and they were black people, and he thought, or he said that they were savages and they ate each other's flesh. But then it also says that when Christopher Columbus landed on this side of the world and met the natives, that he thought that they were God's people. He felt like they were God's people. And that at the time the natives he had met had fairer skin and weren't as dark, but then New Guinea is like almost right by the equator, so that would make sense. But anyways, on that note, I'm gonna end the video, and I'm gonna just say, if y'all liked the video, or if you didn't, I tried to make it short. The one coming tomorrow is gonna be not the shortest, but it's still gonna be shorter compared to the other 2 videos I'm dropping this week, like the one on Monday, or the one on Tuesday, and the one on Friday. So on that note, I just want to say Thawada for watching, which means thank you. Barakatah for everybody tuning in, means bless you. Kaula Ahaya by Shimmy Shaya. All right, all praises in the name of Ahaya. in the all praises to Ahia in the name of his son Yeshaya, right? So with that, I just want to end this video and say hit the like button. I almost forgot that. Whether you liked it or not, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button and drop a comment. Let's talk about this. Do you think that the guy was just overreaching and freestyling some stuff? And even if he is, what do you think about the old picture of or the old record of that other thing staying here and them demolishing it? Do you think that those were from Native Americans, or do you think that some of our brothers traveled over here to have discourse with our other brothers, which would have been the Native Americans? Just drop it in the chat what you think, and we'll talk about it. All right. The water for tuning in again, and peace out. Peace.